Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everyone doing on this beautiful Monday? I pray all is well. I pray that your morning gotten off to an amazing start. But if not, hit that reset button, honey, and just start all over again. Don't allow nothing, don't allow anyone, not even yourself, to interfere with this beautiful day that the Lord has made that we will never, ever see again. You are in control of how you are going to spend your day. You are in control. I am in control. We are in control to a certain degree. Sometimes we can allow circumstance, situation, people, you know, whether you're going out to work or whatever, we can allow things to interrupt our spirit. And when your spirit is interrupted, your day can potentially be ruined. So be focused, be mindful that, people are going to be people. And sometimes when people are having a bad day, they don't know how to challenge their own energy. So what they do, they target innocent people. And so I work where I deal with customers. So oftentimes, you got those customers, they're having a good day and they're very pleasant. And then sometimes you get those customers where they having a bad day, and what they do, they, they'll attack you. They'll come at you. They'll talk to you any kind of way. They'll try to talk to you like you one of their children, and I just have to look at them and let them know this ain't that. But with that being said, I thank God for allowing me to see another day. Somebody didn't wake up this morning. Someone is fighting to stay here. But I thank God that he woke me up this morning. He started me on my way. I'm in my right mind. Activities of my limb. I was able to drive myself to work. I had something to drive to work. I have a job to come to. There's so many things that God has blessed me with. There's some things that I can look at and I can be discouraged and I can feel defeated. But I thank God on this morning, I feel encouraged. I feel uplifted. I feel empowered. I feel restored. I feel rejuvenated. God is doing some things, and I'm telling you, I don't know what it is, but I'm making sure that I don't miss it. So I thank God for, I just thank God for just being God in my life. I mean, there's so many things that I've had to face. There's so many things I had to endure, things I had to walk away from, things that I lost, things that I had to let go of. But I thank God, all in all, God has been faithful. God has been faithful. I do not charge him foolishly. He has been good to me. He's opened doors. He's made ways out of no way. There's things that have come my way, and I'm like, Lord, I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to pay it. I don't know how I'm going to keep it going. I don't even know how I'm going to keep going. But God has always been faithful. He's always lifted up a standard. And I thank God. He's just been good. He's been my all in all. See, that ain't just a statement for me. See, some people say that and they don't really know what God being your all in all is. When I say all in all, when I'm broke, some people don't know what it is to be broke. He's my all in all. Some of us ain't experienced being sick, and he's had to be the doctor. He's had to be your healer. Some don't know what it is to be broke. He had to be your provider. So I'm just letting you know, when you say he's your all in all, have you been sick? Have you been broke? Have you been homeless? Have you had to sleep on somebody else's couch because you didn't have your own? My Lord, let me get into this devotional. Thanks for hopping on. I pray you were able to hang in there. I pray that you're able to just hang in there until the devotion is over. But if not, I thank God for you. And I thank God for those that just peep their head in the door. And I also thank God for those that will come on after. I thank God for you. The title of today's devotional is simply, Because He Said So. Because He said so. And the reference scripture is Luke 5, 4 through 5. Luke 5, 4 through 5. And it reads as follows. When he had finished speaking, he said to Simon, "Put out into deep waters and let down the nets for a catch." Simon answered, "I'm Simon, Master, we've worked hard all night and haven't caught anything." Have you been doing something and you just feel like You're not reaping a harvest? Do you feel like no one is listening? Do you feel like no one is paying attention? Have you feel like you haven't caught anything? Have you feel like you haven't won anybody? Have you, come on, let's just be honest. Have you been there where you just feel like that your work is in vain, your labor is in vain? Oh, ain't nobody gonna be honest this morning because we too holy and too religious. We ain't gonna be honest. Have you ever been there? He said, we haven't caught anything. He said, but because you say so. I had got to the point where I'm like, Lord, I'm done doing this devotional. I don't feel like I'm getting nowhere. I don't think nobody really want to hear me. I don't think nobody really want to see me. I don't have the support that I think I need to have. But because you say so. But because you told me to get up. But because you woke me up. But because you told me to go live. Because you say so. I will let down the net. I will show up again. I will press that live button again. I'll apply for that loan again. I will apply for that job again. Because you say so. Let's get into the read. Have you ever done something you believe to be good and right? Oh, hold on. Y'all still there? Are y'all still there? I should have known that was going to come out. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. The devil, you a lie. You are a lie. Hold on. Let me get back. I'm going to get it out if I got to sit here and hold it. If I got to sit here and hold it. I apologize. It fell off the thing in my car. I hope I didn't lose anybody, but if you did, just come right on back. Come on back. I'm going to start all over. Have you ever done something you believe to be good and right, but not gotten the results you expected? I just asked the question. Have you ever done something you know it was good? You know it was right. You know it was powerful. You know it was encouraging. You know it was uplifting. But you just felt like in your spirit that you're just not reaching anybody. Why? You feel that way because it's certain faces that you want to see that you're not seeing. So the devil will begin to tell you, well, if your family's not supporting you, who else you think want to hear you? If they're not encouraging you, who else do you think going to encourage you? But I'm encouraging you today to keep on going. Keep on pushing. Keep on persevering. Don't give up. Maybe you believe it was something God told you to do, but it didn't seem to work. Have you ever been there? You just know God told you to do something, but you just feel like that you're not getting the feedback. You feel like you're not getting the followers. You feel like you're not getting the subscribers. You feel like you're not getting the support. Have you ever been there? If so, then you understand how Simon, also known as Peter, felt about his fishing expedition recorded in Luke 5. He and his friends had fished all night and caught nothing. Can you imagine putting your all in something and it just feels like people can care less? When you just feel like you giving all that you can give, but nobody will patronize you, nobody will support you? Have you ever been there? So they had little hope. You begin to lose hope. You begin to, you want to throw in the towel. You want to say, look, forget about this. This ain't even worth it. I mean, that extra hour that I'm getting up, I can stay in bed that extra hour. So they had little hope that casting their nets again would be productive. And that's what I said. I'm like, Lord, you telling me to keep going for what? You telling me to keep going for what? You telling me to keep pushing for what? What am I doing it for? And the Lord will just tell you, because I said so. Because I know the future. Because I said so. See, we could have got Simon said, look, we've been out here fishing all night long. You wasn't here. We didn't catch nothing. And now you going to tell us to stay out here a little longer? said, but because you said so. Now, if somebody else had came along and said, look, just try it again. He said, but because you said so. See, it's something about when he say so. My Lord. We would be productive. He just knew. With Jesus speaking, it was just something in his spirit that said, because you said so. I know this time it's not going to be the same. I know this time I'm going to reap a harvest. Because you said so. But notice Simon's response when Jesus told them to fish one more time. Have you been in a place and God said one more time? Have you been in a position and God said push one more time? Have you been there? Have you been in a position where God is saying this time? My Lord. Have you been in a place when God said cast it one more time? Have you been there? Have you been in a place where God said reach out one more time? Have you been in a place where God said apply one more time? Have you been there? Have you been in a place where God said call one more time? I want to know if anybody been there. His first answer was to reason with Jesus saying, we worked hard all night and haven't caught a thing. We haven't caught nothing. I don't even see no benefit in this, Lord. Have you been there? Where you just felt like what you was doing, there was no benefit. You didn't see no fruit. You didn't see no, let's just be honest, you didn't see anything. But because you said so. Because you said so. But his next words revealed his obedience. Because you say so, I will let down the nets. Lord, because you said so, here I am again. Because you said so, I'm showing up again. Because you said so, I'm going to apply again. Because you said so, I'm going to get up again. Because you said so, I'm going to press live again. Because you said so. You told me to do it. What will you say to the Lord when you have worked for a long time? My God. When you've been doing something for years and you start to get weary. You start to feel like, Lord, why am I doing this? Why am I getting up to do this? Why? He said, because I say so. Because I said so. He ain't have to say much. When God said, because I say so, you don't need nothing else behind it. What else are you looking for? He said, because I said so. You know, when your kids, why do I have to wash dishes? Because I said so. Why do I have to take out the trash? Because I said so. Why do I have to vacuum the floor? Because I said so. Don't nothing else need to be said. Because when you say that, something gonna come behind it if you don't do it. So Jesus said, because I said so. So if you just be obedient, you're gonna reap a harvest. You're gonna reap the reward. It's your obedience. My Lord, what will you say to the Lord when you have worked for a long time with no results? Have you ever worked so long you just didn't get no results? I'm talking about a naked nothing. I'm talking about nothing at all. That's what I'm talking about. And he asked you to try again? You said, Lord, you want me to apply again? Lord, I don't know if you just set me up. I don't know what's going on, but I'm tired of being denied. Have you ever been there? I'm just asking a question. Will you let reasons take over your thoughts and tell him that you have already been doing it for weeks, months, or years and nothing has happened? Will you allow your reasoning, what you feel is good enough, to stop you from doing what God is calling you or asking you to do in this season? Will you say, Lord, I've been doing it for so many years, I'm just tired. I've been doing it for so many years, don't nobody even care. Have you, I mean, let's just be honest. We got to stop all this stuff. We got to stop all of this. We just got to stop, and we just got to start being honest. Sometimes we just get tired. When you just feel like that what you're doing in vain, you do get weary and wear them. Why do you think that's in the Bible? Don't get weary because we get weary. Or will you respond as Simon did, saying, but because you say, he put a but in there, but because you say so, I will try again. I don't know who God is speaking to this morning, and I know he ain't just speaking to me. You've been in a situation, you've been in a season, and there's something that you have been doing for years. You have been doing for months. You have been doing for days. And you just feel like, Lord, this is going nowhere. This is going absolutely nowhere. I feel like I'm losing. I feel like I'm being defeated. Lord is telling you to push one more time. God is telling you to try one more time. God is saying apply one more time. God is saying make that phone call one more time. He understands that you feel defeated. He understands that you feel discouraged. He understands that. He said, but because I said so, I need you to do it again. Because see, the heart postures are now in alignment to the reason why he's telling you, I need you to do it again. Because see, those times before when you was doing it, he may not have told you to do it. You did it because you wanted to do it. But now he's telling you, because I say so, because now I'm giving you permission, it's yours. Because you say so. When Simon let down his nets, after Jesus told him to, he hauled in his biggest catch ever. It said ever. And from my understanding, Simon was what's the word, Holy Spirit, what I'm looking for? He was an expert in fishing. I don't think that's what I'm looking for, but that's what I'm going to use. He was an expert. This is what he did. But this said, this haul was his biggest catch ever because Jesus had spoke. Jesus had spoke over that thing. He said, now do it this time. Because see, now God is showing, Jesus is showing who he is. He's showing his power. See, all those other times, you were just getting a little of this and a little of that. And you was okay with that. Sometimes we get content with just a little. But God is overflow. But God is saying, if you do it this time, if you show up this time, if you go on live this time, if you get up and preach this time, if you go to that engagement this time, you're going to see overflow. I know you've been doing it a long time. I know you feel discouraged. I know you feel defeated. I know you feel like nobody wants to hear you. I know you feel like nobody wants to see you. I know you don't have the support. But because I said so. Is there anyone that's just going to move because he said so? Is there anyone that's tired of just a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but you ready for that overflow? You ready to catch more than what you've been catching? Are you willing to move because he said so? Are you willing to try again because he said so? Are you ready to start that business because he said so? Don't matter it makes no difference your location. It doesn't matter where you're at. It doesn't matter who all seem to be doing the same thing. You are unique. He'll ask you to do the same thing. But you are unique. Are you willing to get up again because he said so? Are you ready to start again simply because he said so? There is no limit to the wonderful things he will do through you, but it comes with being obedient. Being obedient. Even when it feels like it's working against you. Even when it feels like that you don't have the support that you desire. Sometimes we feel discouraged and defeated because we're looking for certain ones to be there. We're looking for certain ones to cheer us. We're looking for certain ones to encourage us. But what I've come to find out, those won't be the ones. And sometimes we focus so much on the ones that we feel should be there until we overlook those that are there. So God is wanting us to get into a place to move because he said so. No matter how it looks, no matter how dark it may seem, no matter how it looked like that it may not work out, that you may not get the support, because he said so, it's all you need. You don't need anything else. You don't need anyone else. You don't need to be vindicated by no one else. Because he's already spoken. He said, because I said so. I need you to do it again. I need you to try it again. I need you to wake it up again. And here's the prayer, and I'm up out of here. Father, that was good timing. Father, whatever you tell me to do, I will do. Because you say so. In Jesus' name. That was good because he say so. Because he say so. So many of us, God has told us to do some things, and we just feel like, Lord, I don't see the reason why I'm doing. That's the biggest thing. If we don't understand the reason why, it's hard to keep doing it. I don't know why I'm doing it. I don't know why you're asking me to do it. Lord, I'm not popular. I'm not special. I'm not, Lord, get someone else to do it. There's other people that, Lord, that I would have picked. Why did you pick me? Why did you choose me? Because he's God. He can pick and choose who he wants. We just have to be a willing vessel to move when he say move and do what he say do. So that is me. I know I'm not popular. I've never been popular. But I'm determined to do what God has called me to do. If I have to do it all by myself, if I have to do it and no one else shows up. And there have been moments like that. But I got up anyway. I did it anyway. So I just thank God for just being grateful. I just thank God for just being God in my life. There's times I wanted to give up. There's times I wanted to throw in the towel. There's times I wanted to walk away. I said, Lord, why me? I just want to be, at some point, I just want to be left alone. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not seeing who I want to see. I'm not getting the support. And God said, I need you to focus on me. Because man will come and go. But allow me to send who needs to be, who needs to hear. And the moment I got out of that, I got more comfortable in what God has called me to do. Not everybody will understand. Not everybody will agree. People have to understand God is doing a new thing. His message is not changing, but his method is. So we have to allow God to be God. We say don't put God in the box, and then when God tells someone to do something, then they'll say, is that God? Well, now you're trying to put him in the box. Do we want him in the box or do we not? So with that being said, I'm just grateful on this morning. Again, thanks for hopping on. Thanks for hanging in there. Thanks for coming all the way in the room. And thanks for coming on after. I pray that something was said that will cause you to start it again, to do it again, to try it again, to get up again, simply because he said so. So with that being said, speak life. Speak life over yourself, over your friends, over your foes, over those that pushed your way, those that said that you'll never amount to anything, that said you'll never go anywhere, that said that your life will never change. Speak life over them as well. You have nothing to lose, but everything to gain. Until next time, everyone have an amazing day. Thanks for hopping on, Pastor Nance. I appreciate you. And I don't know how to spell the other gentleman's name. Yeah, I don't want to butcher it. But you know who you are. So I thank God for you and all those that will come on after. Have an amazing day on purpose. And remember, because he said so.